YouTube crew, what is going on, and welcome back. Now today we have another great video, and frankly it's one that I'm super excited about because of the fact that it's been so highly requested. Now before we actually get started with this, we are growing rapidly in channel subscribers, which is great, but there's still a lot of you that do not have that notification bell turned on. So take a second, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. As you may know, my whole goal was to simply help people get better at Warzone, meaning Verdansk and Rebirth. And one thing that I get a lot is, Joe, I need help with repositioning. So today, I'm gonna give you a few different tips that you can implement that will allow you to get more kills and win a few more fights. You know, repositioning is crucial in terms of winning 1v2s, 1v3s, and 1v4s. Now, the format for today, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a few tips, then roll a clip, then break down that clip and highlight those tips that I just told you. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Let's get into it. So I broke repositioning down into two different categories based specifically on pace of play. You have slower, which is going to be your mid to long range fights. You're going to be strategically repositioning yourself. This is primarily for Verdansk, but definitely still applies to Rebirth as well. And then of course you have fast. This is finessing your opponent, your close range engagements, and this is definitely applicable to Verdansk and Rebirth. So let's get into slow first. Tip number one for the slow category, finding a different angle. Now, when you shoot somebody, down somebody, thirst somebody, or even take some damage yourself, you need to be careful about re-peeking the same spot. And the reason being is your opponent knows where you are and they could potentially be holding that spot, waiting for you to re-peek. So reposition here and go ahead and find a different angle. Now, where should you reposition to? There's really no set answer for this. It could be a rock 5 meters away. It could be in a building 20 meters away. Ultimately, what you're looking for is just finding a different angle where you still have a viewpoint of your enemy. This also leads into tip number two, which is keeping cover. And you want to keep cover while you're rotating and repositioning, but also you want to make sure where you're repositioning to, you still have cover. So notice in that last example, I said 5 meters away to a rock or 20 meters away to a building. Both of those, I still have cover in. So you want to make sure that you still have cover while you're repositioning and where you're actually going to end up. And number three is to be unpredictable. You want to keep your opponent guessing as to where you actually are to keep that advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a clip here, and then I'll go ahead and break it down for you. You guys just go. I'm like halfway there already. So all right. Yeah, they're out in the middle.
Oh, I'm the worst. I got one down. Down. Oh, I got sniped from the guy in the far left.
Wait, far left is the sniper?
Yeah,
Yep. He's hurt bad.
You got two down there, right?
Yes. Unless they... Sniper started pushing up.
Top UAV.
They don't have UAV.
Army does.
I was down.
Okay, so they all had self-res too, that's pretty.
So this is a pretty standard reposition in terms of Verdansk, medium to long range, a little bit slower. So I'm gonna go ahead and peek this right side. Obviously from the UAV in the top corner, we are getting pushed here. So I'm gonna go ahead and peek here, and they immediately basically see me. So I'm gonna go ahead and reposition. And like I said, I'm gonna peek this little opening right here. It doesn't have to be far, it can be a few meters. But if I re-peek that same spot where I originally peeked, they're gonna go ahead and fry me because they calm me out there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and push up, trying to get a sense of where these guys are. Again, repositioning, keeping them off guard. They have no idea where I am in this scenario. Now I peek a little too far over the hill as I'm going to shoot this guy, and I actually break him, and I give away my position. So now this guy is pushing me. He ends up getting pretty good damage on me. Guys, and right now, this is where this last chance re-challenge comes in. I did a video on the art of the re-challenge. I'll put that in the description below for you. But this is a situation where he's pushing me. I don't have time to replate. I don't have time to reposition. I just have to challenge this. So I go ahead and challenge this. I win that gunfight. So let's take a second. Let's replate here. Obviously, they're both down. There's nothing I can do. I can't revive them. I actually catch this UAV, and I'm going to go ahead and use this wall to reposition. Obviously, have 2 of them still up in this scenario. I know one's here, which I didn't realize at the time one of them was down, which is why I play this a little bit more patient, but I know this one's pushing over. So I'm repositioning to a spot where I can essentially get a viewpoint on them, a different angle, using these gravestones as my cover, using this little brick thing right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. I see him right there. And then at this point, it's just a matter of hitting shots. Now, if I don't hit these shots, then I use that as an opportunity to push in using these as my cover. But I go ahead and hit the shots. Then I'm going to do a little jump spot there. That's a pretty easy team wipe in terms of getting those 3 kills. Again, repositioning when I had to and kind of using my cover, using my distance to my advantage, and ultimately being unpredictable by changing up the angles. Let's get into fast. Up next, we have fast, and this is my favorite. This is finessing your opponent, close quarters, 1v2s, 1v3s, 1v4s. These are your clips. So, tip number 1, use audio to your advantage. Because it's close quarters, you can use audio to your advantage to determine what to do next. Are they chasing you? Like, can you hear their footsteps? Do you hear a door above you? That can help you determine where you need to be repositioning to. Now, tip number 2, use movement to your advantage. Because you're playing fast, you're gonna have to use your movement. Slide canceling, jump peeking corners, sliding around corners. And you need to be anticipating your enemies, especially if you aren't totally sure where they are. You need to be anticipating your enemies around corners, and if they're not there, then you keep repositioning. Now, quick bonus tip, if you don't have the apply all plates setting enabled in your settings, you have to. This is gonna allow you to plate up while slide canceling. It's crucial for these close quarter engagements. Now, tip number 3 is the same as last one. You want to be unpredictable, and you want to keep your opponent guessing as to where you actually are. Guys, this is a ridiculous clip in Rebirth, and I cannot wait to break this down, but I'm going to roll it for you first.
Would have been a kill. I'm so bad.
Whoa, that guy's got a laser beam.
Where?
Down on control. He's got a kilo. I think I'm
gonna go through down. Was that top? Where was that?
I don't. I think it's middle floor. Right in the corner there. No way to go to the top. Oh, towards water tower.
Yeah, he's top. Tagged pretty hard.
There's definitely people in the lobby here. Oh, above me.
So the bounty was one.
Okay, so let's go ahead and break this one down. First thing I want to highlight is the UAVs. Notice how all 3 dots right here have an arrow pointing down. That means they're below me. No arrow at all means that they're on the same level. Arrow above means that they're above me. And I'm going to use those to my advantage when pushing this team and repositioning to understand where I need to go. So I'm going to go ahead. Notice I checked down there because they're below me. And I'm going to go ahead and push down a level. Now, when I push down a level, notice this one arrow right here changes to the same level as me. So that means that at this point, he's on the same level. And I actually hear an audio cue. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but he actually breaks through the door. And that's what gives away his positioning. That's when I challenge. That's when I challenge that door. So let me go ahead and let it play. So that's when I challenge. Then I hit fire. I hit my shots. Okay, first thirst. Boom. Now I see where the next 2 people are. One below, one below, one below. Let's go ahead and reposition here. And I'm going to reposition. I have no plates at all. This isn't a re-challenge situation. They're not full chasing me right behind my back. I have an opportunity to reposition here. So I'm going to go ahead and reposition across because I know they're pushing up that stairwell. This is where I start thinking, let's be unpredictable. So I'm going to play roof. I'm going to go get high ground again.
Was that top or what?
And go ahead and play this way. I actually hear the guy pushing up the stairs in kind of through this doorway, which is why I hip fire it.
Right in the corner there. No way to go to the top.
So that scares him away, right? So now let's go ahead and push and see what we can do.
Oh.
I catch this guy walking right here. So you'll see this in a second. I'm going to pull it back. You'll see this guy's feet right here.
Right in the corner there.
I'm going to hip
No way
fire.
to go to the top.
Notice the feet. You see the little shadow? And now he pushes in. I'm not in a good spot here. I'm not in a good position to challenge this. I get the whole playing stairs. There's certain times where you have an advantage. This one is not one of them. He can shoot me pretty clearly. I'm shooting his toes, which isn't going to help much. So let's reposition. Now, this is a little bit of map knowledge. I will say that map knowledge helps. I'm going to jump to this bridge.
Yeah,
Now I have a clean angle on them, right? Hit my shots there. I go in and get that down. I wish I could have gotten that thirst, but it would have given me essentially a peek at where they're moving to. So let's go ahead and reposition. Let's go ahead and be unpredictable. I'm going to go drop a level this way. I'm not going to push. And you'll see as soon as I break through this door, you'll actually catch a glimpse of this guy right here. Look where he's expecting me to be. This is what 99% of people would do. They would go push where they just got the down and then push this guy down the stairwell. There's nothing wrong with that. You already have one down. I'm going to go ahead and be unpredictable here. Play this the opposite way. Quick reload here. Use my movement. Why? Why do I use my movement there? I use my movement there because there's a chance that he saw me. And if he saw me, he may be holding that door. So I want to be able to slide around that corner, get a little bit of that camera delay, get a little bit of that camera advantage, and then shoot him. Boom, he's down. Thirst there. Now I get the UAV. One below, one on the same level, which is downed, and one above me. So I'm going to go ahead and reload real quick. Push across. Now I get this. Now one's on the same level, one's above. Go ahead and kill that guy. Now we push the last guy. Let's go ahead and push the last guy. Use this to our advantage. Keep playing fast. Keep using our movement. And then it's just a matter of hitting those last few shots. So that is how you can use repositioning to your advantage. Yes, it's quick, but we're talking about being unpredictable, keeping the opponent guessing at all times. Notice how many times I got shot there after that initial guy. And then this last guy, right? In that middle area where I downed those two guys in the stairwell, they had no idea where I was. So I hope you found this video helpful. Start to implement it. It's not going to be perfect every time. You're going to lose situations where you reposition, but learn from each one. Get a little bit better, and I promise you'll get more kills. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.